Welcome back to the Rick and Bubba Show, coming to you live from the EIB building in downtown New York City. Now, Rick and Bubba.
4 minutes past the hour. Thank you, Johnny Donovan. The Rick and Bubba Show up and moving. Glad that you are here. Our toll-free number is 877-WEBB. You can reach us anywhere in the country. Our fax line, 205-945-3999. The website, very busy, rickandbubba, spelloutand.com. Go there right now. Get your tickets to Fat Fest 2003. They went on sale on Friday. They are moving quickly. Still some great seats available thanks to the venue we're in. There's not a bad seat in the house. So grab those up at rickandbubba, spelloutand.com. Rick and Bubba bobbleheads. We got a couple of them hanging out in the studios with us again today. They are here. This has been an ongoing pursuit of these bobbleheads. They finally arrived. Your orders are being filled, and you can also order those online that you see on Turner South. Or if you don't see Turner South, you just like to have some Rick and Bubba bobbleheads. They are finally here, and you can grab those at rickandbubba.com. Want to welcome Mary Ann and Broxton Gannon from Dothan, Alabama. Broxton is here going to a children's hospital this morning with an appointment, and he wanted to stop by and watch for a few minutes on his way to Children's Hospital, which, as we all know, around the country, the children's hospitals, what they do for our children is just overwhelming, the great job they do, and he is heading to the Birmingham Children's Hospital this morning, and I want to stop by and watch. And I asked him which national anthem he liked, and he seemed to lean toward Faith Hill. So we got that on for him and said that's his dad's favorite, too. So good morning, Broxton. Welcome to the show, and we're glad to see you this morning. Look at dressed up, sharp-looking little man, isn't he?
Ready to go.
Ready to go. So glad to have you here. Peaches also joins us this morning. Peaches now coming in, doing a little bit of training behind the scenes to be the fill-in person for Christopher Columbus when he's away. She's learned to switch the show on television. And you and I headed out to Huntsville Saturday night. I want to thank Bobby and the gang over at Southern Comfort again for providing us one of those, the lap of luxury Southern Comfort vans. It is the way to travel. And as we kick back and we're headed to Huntsville, we asked Don Juan DeMarco, who is sick this morning, unfortunately, how his weekend was going. Now, this was Saturday afternoon, so the weekend, you know, all there had been was Friday night and part of Saturday.
Well, we noticed, Rick, he had a name tag on with his picture on it.
All access.
Memphis.
Yeah, very similar to what you saw Wayne and Garth wear in the Wayne's World when that guy had all access to Aerosmith or Alice Cooper. Was it Aerosmith? I don't remember. But so we kept wanting us to notice it, and it had Memphis on it, where we're seen in Memphis, Tennessee, on Turner South, so we were like, what? So we think, well, he said, I went to the Memphis show of Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera because I'm working with you guys. I can't go to the Atlanta show that Speedy and his wife Terry are going to.
So, you know, basically everybody divided up and tried to cover the shows.
Right. Yeah. And of course, you know, we didn't get a call. It was, and so I said, well, so you got some tickets or somebody took care of you? He goes, well, I can go further than that. And he basically begins to tell us a story. Should we talk about how he got the access, or will they get this person in trouble? I don't know.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
But anyway, got a call, and, you know, Dee said, well, I just, you know, went up to the show, was hanging out with Justin and his crew, and, you know, we were like, now, Dee, come on, you need to tell us a little bit more. Peaches?
Yeah.
You were there, too? You and Dee went to the Memphis show, and Dee said the reason why he didn't bring it up Friday is, no offense to this person, but he got an email, somebody says, I work with Justin, and we all, including Justin, watch the show on Turner South and listen when we're in the Market Your Own, and we all like the show. If you and one person, you know, y'all can come hang out on the bus, and I'll take care of you on backstage and everything. And
no, we thought they were joking. Yeah, I mean, we thought they liked to watch Liars and Legends or something.
Right,
you know,
sure.
It's just, it didn't.
Now, Peaches, it turns out, you walk up, the guy says he was where he was going to be. How you doing? We're showing pictures on Turner South now of Justin Timberlake with Don Juan DeMarco, and Don Juan wearing his Soul Brothers shirt, which I think was a good call, and
a nice armband.
There's the all-access pass hanging down.
Yeah. And Dee is giving this classic look with one eyebrow jacked up over the other one.
Now, that's shocking enough, this picture you see here on Turner South, and we'll get it up on the website, too. We'll get it to Ryan. But the other shocking part was things like this comment, and now we have another party, that Justin Timberlake said to Don Juan, tell the fat boys that they're funny.
Yes.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, come on.
Timberlake said to tell you guys that you're hilarious.
Okay, and
Justin Timberlake.
And they see it on the bus. They've got a satellite deal with the
tracks.
That tracks, and then of course Justin's from Memphis, and
everyone of his cast and crew
are all from Memphis.
Now, wait a minute. Carry us back to point one. How did you, when you got there, what happened?
We arrived at the Pyramid in Memphis, which is an amazing venue that I had never been to, and we were told to go around back where all the buses are, and our friend met us there, and immediately we are taken to Justin Timberlake's bus. I mean, there are thousands of buses, and this is his personal bus, and I'm shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, because you had documented that you absolutely love Justin Timberlake.
I have dreamed of this moment for a really long time and have joked about it and never...
There she is. There's pictures with Justin Timberlake.
Never in a million years did I imagine. Remember when Roxanne got to meet Donny Osmond?
Yes. This was the same thing?
I wanted to break down so bad, but I couldn't. I had to be calm because we were guests. We were...
So you didn't freak out?
No, I did not freak out.
You wanted to be cool about it, but you wanted to go Elvis.
I'm breaking down a little bit right now, but...
Yeah. And freak out and scream.
Oh, yes. I mean, and so we enter his bus, his king-size bed room in the very back of the bus. His slippers right by the bed.
Right.
We
See, Don Juan left those. That didn't mean much. Not have meant much.
There were candles.
Right.
There were candles lit everywhere.
Yeah.
There was this huge TV that he has the den area extends out, and there's a stove in the kitchen. There's his personal bathroom where...
Easy.
I mean, just everything, right? I mean, this is his bus. There's a tanning bed on the bus. There's a little bunk bed where his best friend sleeps, and there's a tanning bed right next to it. I thought that was really interesting.
Well, and, you got to keep the tan if you're going to be out there in front of millions.
Hard to get a tan riding down the road,
right.
isn't it?
Our new studio actually is going to have a tanning bed in it.
Sure.
So we get the tour of his bus, and so then we are taken to the back of the venue. I have my passes in my purse in the other room, but we have these ID passes made because everyone that's a guest has to have their picture taken, and mine says Peaches on there. He said, "Do you want to be called Peaches?" I said, "Sure." And so
tell me? So Justin Timberlake uttered the word Peaches a few times to you?
Oh yes, I introduced myself as Peaches, and he said, "It was nice to meet you, Peaches."
There's your all-access pass right there.
Sure.
Let's get that.
You need that.
And will I say this? You expected it really to be a little more complicated. It's pretty straightforward. It's green.
Yeah.
It says Memphis. Here's your picture.
When I saw Don Juan's pass and it said Memphis on it, I thought he'd like toured FedEx or something. You know, really, I didn't know.
You know because you do deserve more for that one. Let me tell you this. When I saw it, for some reason, immediately I said, he went to the Memphis show, but I didn't know that y'all would be on the bus hanging out with him and his crew, and that they would know something about the show.
We had, okay, yeah. So we got our passes made. There, I mean, dancers, people backstage everywhere. I mean, who knows who all that I didn't know at the time that I passed by. And so we get our passes made, and then he takes us to go through all these corridors, and there's locker room areas, and we come to this door, and there are these two massive men sitting in front of this door, and they're eating, and...
we wasn't there now, Peaches.
Yeah, right.
Well,
this is where people go, oh, so Rick and Bubba had snuck and was back there, too. No. You're talking about big, muscular guys.
Right.
Okay.
And we're introduced to them as Justin's bodyguards. I shake hands with Justin's bodyguards, and they tell us that Justin is in this room that they're sitting in front of. And so we, our friend he says, well, give me a minute. And so he goes into the room, and so we're just standing outside, and then he turns to us and he says, okay, y'all can come on in. And I mean, I'm expecting there to be a crowd, massive people. This is Memphis, this is his hometown, and so there's tons of family and friends. And we go into this room, and Justin Timberlake is sitting on a couch with a guitar in this room all by himself.
And you've got access to.
And Don Juan DeMarco.
And you looked at Don Juan and said, could you give me a minute? No, I mean... No, just a second. Tom, what are you talking about? Why does everybody have to say...
To catch your breath?
was just maybe sit down and talk with, you know. What?
Peaches, are you okay? Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Okay.
We will come back.
Did you melt down or anything? Freak out?
There was no meltdown.
No, you handle. I have to know more because you're about to melt down now. Well, look at her. It's 14 minutes past. Don, Juan, and Peaches backstage with Justin Timberlake. We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
I was in Memphis. You said Elvis. Our generation's Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? You met your generation's Elvis. You met the next Michael Jackson.
Without
all be that big.
Without all the
yeah,
weird.
without all the weird stuff.
Oh.
By the way, Katharine Hepburn, you know, there was a biography about her says she didn't want it released till she died because she's probably going to upset some people. Her meeting with Michael Jackson there, wow. But anyway, she basically said he is a freak show. Katharine Hepburn. She said after he left the room, she screamed, "Please, somebody make me a straight whiskey."
You know what? You know what kills me.
Well,
too,
look,
you know, because I'm such an MJ
you know
fan.
how he does. You remember how I noticed that he's become a little kid maniacal liar.
Right.
You know how kids just make up stories.
Sure.
And she said he comes in and he makes a fuss over, tells her that she is his favorite actress. She says, of course, I'm knowing Elizabeth Taylor, his obsession with her. She asked him to name one movie she's ever been in. He couldn't come up with one. And she was like, wow, what a weirdo. But anyway, so...
See, I was doing so well.
So he
I was
won't
going to
be
be
weird.
so cool right now, but y'all
No,
are...
you finally got to meet, if we would have in this time of your life said who's the #1 person you'd like to meet outside the spiritual realm in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the only human being that
and
you would...
possibly President Bush.
Well, I think
we had that moment.
I think this tops her president, but I think she'd rather meet Timberlake than
for her,
I'm talking about for her.
Yeah.
And when you would have said, well, Justin Timberlake, but like that's really going to happen.
I said that.
And now here you are.
I said that. I mean, from day one, I've like my obsession. I mean, not obsession, but my.
Peaches, is there anything you want to tell Justin? Because you know he's watching
Hey,
today.
Justin, thank you.
Has she even gotten to the fact because she's right now has lost the story, doesn't know what she's talking about?
Okay.
And I feel like I need to jump in.
Okay,
and,
you go
and
in the dressing room.
Has she told him that she's a big fan of the show? Has she even said
Y'all.
Oh, come on.
We
Come
go
on.
into.
that? No, we're not. Atlanta, don't talk in my ear. We're not just making this up.
I'm not.
I hear
making
y'all
this
laughing
up.
hysterically.
I'm not making this up. Don't laugh, Atlanta.
And I want the guy who made this happen for the show. If you want props, will you email one of us tonight? We'll give you the
Or
proper.
email me right
Nice.
now. Or email me right now.
So-
Bubba@rickandbubba.com. We'll give you
Amazing.
props or we'll keep it down home, whatever you need.
Yeah, we
He
don't
was
know.
so gracious.
We don't know if he want props or not.
So
He
nice.
has a cell phone.
He had,
Call us or email us right now.
So he was the nicest man.
Okay, you walk in. Justin is on the
Walk in.
couch.
He's got a guitar. He gets up and our friend says, "This is the guys I've been telling you about from the Rick and Bubba show. This is Don, Juan, and Peaches." And he says, "Well, it's great to meet you guys." And we shake hands. I say, "I'm Peaches." He says, "I'm Justin. It's so nice to meet you."
Was there a hug? Was there a hug of any kind?
Not at this moment.
He said he was Justin.
Which is
No,
a darn
no.
good arrangement since that's his name.
Okay. I shake his hand.
Hold it together.
You say, give me a minute.
Don't break down.
Yeah, and thank you. And Don Juan does the same. They shake hands, and so we our friend is wearing a Tommy Bahama shirt similar to the one that you like
Right.
to wear, and so we discussed how you guys are the two sexiest fat men alive, and we think that we have another third sexiest fat man to come along. And Justin explained. He was like, yeah, he said, I mean, we were just flipping the channel the other night, and we watched our show. He said, tell those guys they're really funny. Like, I really enjoyed the show.
Now, that's before we had matching shirts on today. We hadn't planned on it.
Right, but let me tell you, we're about courage today.
That's all right.
But the thing about that though, did he say?
There you go, Tim.
I really love y'all's show. I wish Turner South would show replays when they're off. And hey, let's lock in on a replay time at night. Something a little consistent.
It's
Did
exactly.
Did he say that
The
by
exact
chance?
words out of his mouth.
Okay, good. Hey, 10:30 must be time for a replay. No, something else so. All right, we came on tonight at 11:10. Okay.
So y'all are you're hanging out.
Before we left Birmingham, we stopped by the American Classics kiosk in the Galleria and purchased some Rick and Bubba T-shirts and the latest best of CDs. So we we get out the T-shirts, and we and I had picked out. Don Juan wanted to get the Hard Rock Cafe themed one, but I really liked the blue one because Justin's favorite color is blue. And
here we go. His favorite color's blue.
And so he picked that one out, and he said, I really like that blue one. And so we gave him the blue.
Because you were all over it.
I know. And so it's the blue, the royal blue with the red, white, and blue stars and stripes that says Rick and Bubba T-shirt. So y'all, we're gonna watch MTV. He's gonna be rocking that shirt. I know it. And so and we gave
one
him.
of his friends take off their shirt and put their Rick and Bubba on.
No.
Don Juan said something about one of his buddies. Changed right there and put a Rick and Bubba shirt on.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Was that a exaggeration?
Peaches couldn't take her eyes off Justin to find out.
All right, let me tell you something.
You're busy telling Don Juan, give me a minute.
Can I say this? If Don Juan did make that up for me and Bubba to get us to Huntsville, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, did he tell you that too?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, good. He said told us both. Maybe it did happen.
That's good.
Yeah.
He had nothing to gain by telling you that.
No.
Yeah, he needed us to give more. So that
right.
You know,
So
it probably did. I didn't take my eyes off Justin, so it could have happened, and I just didn't see it.
So y'all hung out for a little while.
So we were in there a solid 5 minutes.
How would you get in? Hey, solid.
5 minutes, and we gave him the T-shirts, and so we asked if we could have a picture taken with him, and he says of course. And so I have all I have is disposable cameras, and my first camera, the light. I'm trying to get the flash to work and the light's not coming on, and I'm shaking. And so I have a brand new one in a package, and I ripped it open so fast. I did. I ripped it open. I was like, okay, here you go. And so we each take individual pictures with him. And
which we're showing you this morning.
Yes.
We see.
And so
there they are. There's Peaches.
And so I got a little.
Yeah, I see that.
A little hug.
Your arm is around behind him.
I bet you hugged him good, Peaches.
Did you give him a good hug?
Oh, yeah.
Is that your slobber on his shoulder or what?
So in other words, you got to hang out with and hug one of the biggest stars of your generation.
Sure.
Of any now.
Maybe the next Michael Jackson. Let's not say Elvis.
Okay.
How about this? If you were going to flip a coin, which one of those would you take, though?
Hey.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you know,
Surely there's a happy medium.
Right, sure.
He was so amazing. After I took the picture and we were walking out, we're sitting here saying, okay, well, he said, are y'all going to be at the show tonight? And I said, of course, and he was like, y'all, of course we came, of course we're going to be at the show. And so we're sitting here telling him, so we're like, well, good luck tonight. We're telling Justin Timberlake, good luck. And and we're walking out, and I made full on eye contact, and I just said, I appreciate this so much. Thank you so much for taking this time. And he was like, anytime. He said, thank you so much. No problem at all.
Did he say anytime?
He said anytime. And
a quote from the person that got them back there. She had mentioned it, he had like 200 family and friends all day long, and he was having to host them, and so he was having just a little bit of time to himself before the concert started. And he said, just don't interrupt Justin. When he goes back to get ready, but he said he went ahead and did it anyway because he knew they weren't going to be able to stay long. And so when they left, a quote from this guy was, they really got Justin pumped and perked him up a little bit because he was tired before they came in. That was an exact quote from this guy.
You did it. You did it, and you were the one that got him pumped.
And how about this? It even gets better. When asked if they were going to stay for the concert, tell them where you got to sit.
We sat in the sound booth area in the middle of the arena on the floor in his mother's seats. She gave us permission to sit. We didn't have, tickets or anything.
Thank you, Mama!
I
think I'll sit here.
It's so funny because Dee was talking to Speedy. He said, yeah, we didn't have any tickets to the show, but we were all right because we got to sit in Justin's mom's seat.
Hey, I don't know if you can hear me. You got to I was like, what?
So, yeah.
Because you perked him up for the show.
I know.
You were the key to him getting ready for his hometown show.
Win Play show. That's an exact quote. He said he was drained a little bit,
tired,
and we were all a little worried.
Had to give a lot to the hometown so people don't think you're stuck up.
Yeah.
I know.
So
and you were the
key. Peaches exits the locker room area there, and
how was the show?
Before you know it, Justin's perked up.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
The show was good.
I'm talking about the show. We're talking about the
show. Peaches. Peaches. The show. The show was good?
How was that show?
Amazing. It was amazing.
Are you saying it was a whole amazing event?
It was. I got to meet Joey Fatone's brother. We discussed switching.
Hold up. If you just joined us, switching is a term used.
Justin was perked up, and they
switching the video.
Switching is a term used with showing the different camera angles. If you just joined us. Good morning and welcome.
Yes. Now, Peaches, you enjoyed the show so much that you followed Justin to Atlanta the next day.
Just go ahead and say you did. Okay, we got to. All right, we got to take a break.
Because he said anytime.
On the switching part.
Yeah, he said anytime.
He said anytime, so, I mean...
How about tomorrow?
How about tomorrow night? I'm free. I'm available. Yeah.
And this time, Justin's mom said, okay, I'm going to sit and watch this one. Okay, I've given my seats once. Y'all back. Now, who's the speedy guy?
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Jimmy Hill Mission boys trying to eat it off the street. I mean, we got total mania in downtown Birmingham. But hey, baby, when Rick and Bubba come to town, things happen. Things get exciting. So we're looking for Mayor Arrington and company, about 5-10 minutes. We go. Watch the Bronco. All right, there we go. Oh, he did it. All right, everybody get down. I got it.
Yeah, let's get down.
All right, now that person did not ask for a biscuit, but receive one right in the back window.
He is looking.
Can I get up?
We got somebody else at the mic.
Now, this is part of what happens here when you do a show. You know, you take some chances when you do a show.
Okay, they're gone. They're gone.
We're in the clear. Okay, we're on.
We're in the clear. Please, somebody keep eye out for that black Bronco if it comes back. All right, we got.
All right, who's at the microphone here? If anybody sees the guy trying to park with a black Bronco, don't let him park, okay? We accidentally hit his car with a sausage.
Stay tuned, because...
We're back. Justin Timberlake, or better known as Peach's new friend, Justin Timberlake.
Boyfriend, whatever.
Whatever,
You know.
whatever you want to say.
Special friend.
Do you call him just Jay now?
JT.
JT?
Do you really? You know, it's funny because
Like this.
now
You
Jay,
realize how many people would have given how much money to be in that
I
position?
can't.
You're going to freak her out, Bubba.
I know. I was going to be so... I mean, I was so calm. I was shaking like a leaf, but I didn't freak out. I took one picture. I didn't get a picture of his bus. I didn't get a picture with his best friend, Trace. I didn't get a picture with his parents, with anyone. I met his little brother. I think, like, we babysat his little brother. Was...
What, you babysat Justin's little brother?
After we met Justin...
Does he look like Hunter, really, my son?
He does. Yes, he does.
What did he say?
And I didn't know at the time that this was his little brother, but we went back to the bus and had a drink. I got a bottle.
Does he like Star Wars too? You have to sword fight.
did you have to put your hair up on the side like a little bun?
We went back to his bus, and I got a bottle of water out of his personal refrigerator, and I still have that, and I have the water
Do
still.
people still...
Wait, are you doing a Blair and Karen hanging on to the water
yeah.
bottle?
Speaking of Blair and Karen...
You didn't drink it, did you?
Blair and Karen, I'm so sorry I haven't called
Has
you.
Blair and Karen wrecked her
I
car
love
this
you, Blair
morning?
and Karen. I'm sorry.
How about you threw Blair and Karen to the curb and you went on ahead?
I did.
Who hated they missed the strip more than anybody?
I would
Blair
do
and
it
Karen.
again. I would do it again in a second.
Okay.
Or Casio, maybe.
Blair and Karen, we know that they could be trouble on the highways today.
Yeah, I'm
what about
sorry,
Tori?
Karen.
How would...
I still think Blair and Karen for this particular meet. You know what I mean? You know, if she had met like some more NASCAR drivers, maybe Tori.
Right.
But, I mean,
I don't know why. I mean, I'm not worthy, but I'm so thankful
well,
that
that's...
I was chosen.
You don't understand. This is gonna set up this next caller, by the way. Emily is a very good friend of hers, and I understand. Was there some practicing that went along with?
Oh my gosh!
With making sure that you weren't going to freak out?
Well,
did you practice meeting him?
Going
Emily?
to Memphis.
Emily, when did she know she was going?
I don't know exactly when she knew she was going,
I didn't
but
tell anybody.
this has been a lifelong dream of Peaches ever since NSYNC came out. You guys, I mean, she is just the hugest fan. And so we would just say, okay, Peaches, okay, you're in the room with Justin. He said, hey, what do you do? What do you do?
So you had been practicing all your life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had to practice because we did not want her to freak out. And, I mean, this is really Peaches' due because, I mean, she has made us stay behind at every concert that we've gone to, see all the fans. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's her due, and I'm really proud of her for not freaking out.
And you've
had Justin.
So she was practicing for this before she ever knew she was going to meet him.
Yeah,
just in case.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, maybe we should have tried that.
I don't want to make her look like, the psychotic man.
I'm not psychotic. Thank you, Emily.
Yeah,
I'm not.
She's not. I promise you guys.
Well, at least you will be memorable to Justin Timberlake, unlike Bubba and I with the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? How about this gives me, all my life, I'm 38 years old, and I can't make Tom Petty. You know what I mean? And here is Peaches just moving right ahead and just hanging out with Justin Timberlake.
I'm memorable. I made him have, like, an amazing show in Memphis.
Well, yes, you did.
She's very diligent. I'm very happy for her. I'm very happy that she got to meet
Emily,
him,
it's
so.
almost like you had shared in the preparation for this
I
day.
know. I do feel special. I do.
Thank you, Emily.
Thanks, Emily. She made you proud. Now, she's coming apart now, but, I mean, at least she did well.
I love you, Peaches.
I love you. Thank you.
I mean, I love when Don Juan had to basically talk her down.
Okay. Yeah.
He basically had to go, look, Peaches.
The whole drive to Memphis, I mean, I'm really, really, really nervous and he's like, you have got to, you don't understand. I mean, I freaked out. I met a local DJ on another station that won't be named recently, and I froze up then. And he was like, this is on a scale beyond anything you've ever imagined. And
so it's a thrill over here, Peaches, we need to know.
Yeah, now you're done with us,
he
right?
He told me not to, like, I had already had tickets to the
She
Atlanta.
babysits for you, Rick.
The Atlanta show.
How about this? She's babysitting my children and Justin Timberlake's little brother.
I know. He's a little hunter. He's so cute. He's going to be famous one day. And I can say, I mean, we hung out with him. He was so adorable. And I was going to the Atlanta show, but Dee was like, don't say you're going to Atlanta. Do not look like the, stalker that you are.
He wouldn't let her say anything.
So, and I had even, like, I love to dress up, and I had even toned down my clothes. I was wearing just, like, simple jeans and just, like, a button-down white shirt. And Dee's like, he's got his like soul brother. He's got this armband. He's looking like a pop star. And so when Dee goes to take his picture, he puts his arm around JT and he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I mean, I tell everybody that you're my boy. So I think, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe he just said that. He just told Justin Timberlake that he tells people that he's his boy. And
so when you were snuggled up getting your picture made, what was going through your mind? Did you like go Brittany, eat your heart out, or what?
Yeah, I was.
Did y'all talk Brittany any?
No, we did. I mean, not with Justin, but we did with some of the other people. And I mean, they look out for him. I mean, Justin is an amazing guy. I think. I
really nice
believe
person.
he's a nice guy.
You got to have a great organization around you.
And they really protect him, and they, things that are written up about him, it just isn't. And, they look out for him, and so he just is.
I mean, because you've known him your whole life.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Peaches really feels like they really have been friends for a long time. Not for 5 minutes.
So then you stalked and went to Atlanta.
In her little world, in her little saved bottled water.
Yeah.
Bottled water.
You better watch. Karen will try to blow
I know.
Yeah.
You will have been drinking if you don't watch
Karen
it.
is going to come up there and push you down.
You'd be like, I allowed it.
Well,
so, Speedy, then you went to the Atlanta show,
Well, I got the call as we were going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I got the call. Me and my wife were going to the Phillips Arena, and
I thought you were going to Atlanta.
That's the Phillips Arena. That's
I
thought you said Phillips was in Memphis.
No, the Pyramid was in Memphis.
The Pyramid,
Phillips
okay.
Yeah,
is
Phillips
in
Arena is.
We're so old. To me, it's the Omni or nothing. Well, we always went to the Omni.
It doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't even exist
No,
anymore.
Omni Hotel does.
Let me date myself. I went to see Cinderella at the Omni.
Of course, we'd be playing pickup basketball, and you had to declare who you were and what location you were.
Yes.
Final Four at the Omni.
And you remember pro wrestling? Friday night at the Omni. Oh yeah, but anyway, so you're at Phillips Arena.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're getting the call that Dee and Peaches basically are now members of Justin Timberlake's tour.
Yes, I'm sitting here and not saying a word, and my wife was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I mean, I go a good 15 miles, and on the interstate, and Don Juan's still telling me the story, and I'm like, "You're kidding me." And Phillips Arena's still where the Omni is and everything. It's just Phillips Arena now. They've redone a bunch of stuff, but looks very nice. We were just excited. I mean, we're going, hey, here we go to Atlanta. We never get a little husband-wife date. It's always the kids or something. So we're heading off, and then y'all tell me this, and I'm like, wow.
Now you've got to step up.
So I get now. I've been given the cell phone of the guy that hooked them up in Memphis, and I'm going.
Who we want to give mad props to, but we're waiting on your green light on that because they were so excited they forgot to ask you.
Yeah, and so I get the cell phone, and I'm like, well, hey. So I call him up.
Of course you do.
Hey, this is blank.
Because
hey,
your wife's going to ask you the whole way, where are we going to get to meet
Yeah, exactly. And so, I get the call to him, and he answers the phone. And I'm like, hey, this is Speedy. Oh, my goodness, giving me tons. And I'm like, this guy is unbelievable,
Love this guy.
Yeah, and he's like, well,
if he ever drives from Tom Petty, this is going to be a big day.
Yeah. He says, well, we've all got the day off because we got a big trip to Orlando tomorrow. And he said then we were in Orlando Monday night, and he's like, so we kind of got the day off to kind of rest up. And so now my wife is hearing me go, oh, so you're not there. And so now she's about to cry, you know, because she's heard of what Peaches has gone through and Don Juan and meeting everybody. And so he goes, but about halfway through the concert, I am going to come back. He says, I'll call you, put your phone on vibrate. I'll call you so you can, know I'm calling, and come back to the left of the stage, and I'll get you back there. And I'm thinking, okay, whatever, and so I want to thank the folks at Turner South. We had great seats. If you needed us, we're like in the owner's box. But anyway,
that's good.
Beautiful seats, great seats. Christina Aguilera, unbelievable.
Wow.
When we break and when I come back, I'll tell you what happened when we did actually get a call. And he did call me. I thought he was just brushing me off. He actually does call me about 10 minutes after Justin's set had started. And so before I know it, I find myself walking left of the stage to go back.
Can you imagine a guy who, like, every time he says he's going to do something, he actually does it?
I know.
I mean,
are you sure he's in entertainment business?
Yeah, really. We'll come back. What happened with Speedy in Atlanta? Does it match up?
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Hi, this is Linda Evans, and you're listening to the two sexiest fat men alive, Rick and Bubba.
Just giving some moments that were big when you got to meet Linda Evans of Big Valley and Dynasty fame.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big one for you. I'm just trying to find something where we can understand what Peaches is going through. Of course, Cinderella comes to town, and I only got as close as the guitar player to Tom Kiefer, but that's fine. And I've never met Tom Petty, but I have met the leader of the free world, and I choked my guts out. So and that's cut one on our new CD, Got It Like We Like It.
I did have Jim Voss send me an autographed picture after I talked to him on the space station.
Well, that's
which was
big.
kind of
That is good.
Thanks to Annie.
Now Speedy has made it to Atlanta for the show. He gets a call from the person who made sure that Peach's dreams and Don Juan came true to meet Justin Timberlake, and probably Blair and Karen if she'd gotten the call. But so now Speedy's with his wife in Atlanta, and he must live up to this. He realizes they got a vacation day, so the crew's not there, but he gets a call from the driver of something there that's very important, and says, well, look, here it goes.
He just said, listen, Rick, he just says, hey, we're all at the pool in Buckhead where we're all staying. Everybody's laying out, having a good old fun day.
Sure.
He was sick, and he started, I heard him put down the phone and asking if anybody could give him a ride back to the Phillips Arena so he could take care of Terry. And I was like, look, you take the day off. I was just, giving you a call. I appreciate what you did with Don Juan and Peaches, and if we have a chance to meet you guys, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. So he says, I'll call you sometime during the concert. I have to get back and get my responsibilities in gear and ready to go. So he gives me a call about halfway through Justin's set. No, I say halfway, about 10, 15 minutes after Justin had started. And so we walk to the stage left area, and I'm talking about security is unbelievable. I'm like trying to say, no, that guy right there, he told me I could come back, and I'm getting stopped 4 or 5 different times, and finally, they're waving, come on back. So we go back, and about that time, Justin is singing on the corner of the stage. And next thing I know, I had to tell Justin, hey, you're singing to my wife, okay? Right. She's with me, all right? And we're going on back. And so we go back behind the black curtain, which is the restricted area, and we get back there, and we meet the gentleman. He gave me this crew T-shirt, so I want to thank you for that.
He gave us T-shirts, too.
Crew shirt!
Yeah, so for like a second, I thought I was the crew, and I started like telling everybody what to do.
You went into handler mode.
Well, I saw something was wrong, and I said, hey, buddy, you need to, and then my wife said, honey, and
you're not working tonight.
Yeah, I told my wife, hush, he's singing to you. I can direct if I need.
Why don't you look back up there since he's wanting you to, and I'll keep going.
Since he's pointing at you like real sexy like, and so we get through that, and then we catch a glimpse of someone, and I can't say who it is.
Yes, you will too. You most certainly will.
Speedy.
But what? He may burn the bridge for us.
Okay, right. Because I know, by the way, hey, Justin,
look,
to the bus crew, I know y'all are watching this
Cut the mics off
and you tell us. Okay.
Y'all just hang on to
it. And I promise we won't say anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and I can't say I don't want to burn any bridges, but that's just who was back there.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. She might have just been there for the show.
Yeah, I guess she was walking real sexy to the bus,
Sure.
you know, getting up on going to Orlando with him.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
she
didn't
probably
see him.
said the same thing about Terry Wilbury.
Right.
But anyway, and so that's who was back there.
This person
and,
keeps coming back into our lives all the time.
Yeah. By the way, and I asked her if she remembered the fact
easy.
Right.
that I had an encounter with her. Not.
What?
No.
I tried to save you. I tried.
Okay, hold on. This is my wife. Oh my gosh.
No, it's not.
Is that him?
This is him.
Is he watching?
No,
Hold
it's
on.
not. No, it's not.
It's Speedy. Hey. Hey, boy.
Peaches is about to freak out again. Is he watching right now?
I can. This is the bus right here. All right, it was Cameron Diaz. She was back there. Huh? Hey, Joe.
Did you go? Hey, you remember me?
Yeah. You had what now?
Get him to call the hotline, Speedy.
Right. By the way, hold on real quick. They're saying that they had no idea you were that excited. You held back very well. This is a Win Play show. I'm not faking this phone call.
Okay.
Well, tell him to call the
Hey,
hotline.
the guys want to say hey to you during the break. Okay, hold on.
Call the hotline.
Yeah.
Are you there? Don't.
We
hang up.
want to thank him for all he's done.
All right, hold on. Okay. Anyway, anyway, Cameron was back there, and we had a great time.
Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Views and opinions of the person expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of Turner South or its parent, affiliated or related entities, agents, or employees.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba. Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Top of the hour, the Rick and Bubba Show. We are back and recapping the story of Peaches and Don Juan, Speedy, and his wife Terry all getting backstage access and got to actually meet Justin Timberlake on his tour. And come to find out, the crew actually watches the show on Turner South on their satellite on the bus. And want to give a shout out to Jeff with the crew. He has makes a living driving for various artists when they're out and on the road, and is currently on tour with Justin Timberlake. And Jeff, thank you. We did talk to him on the cell phone. He says it's cool for us to acknowledge that that he's the one that got the access for them. We just didn't want to get him in any kind of trouble. But again, Jeff is close and would doesn't have an opportunity to just let anybody have this kind of access. And he said because they're fans of the show that he felt good about it. And Justin Timberlake and his crew were very gracious to our folks, and we just want to thank Jeff and that tour and very much for making dreams come true for the folks on our staff, especially Peaches.
That face, you get going. She just leaves us for a minute.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Of course, my next question was, do you know Tom Petty? But and he said, I've never driven for him, but I do know people who do.
And I told Jeff we're available for backup dancers. Maybe
Yes.
as a special spotlight show they wanted to do.
Justin, if you've never seen a concert, he dances. So if you're going to be a backup dancer, then you need
but
to...
look, I didn't say all night. Maybe one song.
Maybe a move you would
You know,
do?
maybe one song or something. You know.
Bubba and I could get back there and be his
Why don't y'all show me a
backup
movie or
dancers for
something?
Justin
Well, I have
Timberlake.
to wait till the music hit me.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, okay.
We can hip pump with the best.
That's right.
By the way, very, very surprised by Christina Aguilera, too.
Wow.
Is she not? I mean, that girl can sing, by the way.
And you saw Cameron Diaz getting on the bus, but that's fine.
Yeah, but anyway.
Cameron Diaz. But the
And she thought, hey, there's Speedy again.
yeah, she goes, wow,
Did
Speedy,
she remember you? By the way.
Hope he doesn't chase this bus like he did the limo.
And by the way, if my wife is just waking up, honey, don't be mad at me, because she was going to be mad at me if I said Cameron Diaz.
Well, Jeff said it was okay.
And I was just going to tell her I got a call and had clearance, honey.
So thanks a lot. Also, we do want to welcome Marianne and Broxton Gannon this morning. Broxton on the way to Children's Hospital from Dothan watching the show. And David and Doug have been here. David's wife, Deborah, they actually go to church where my aunt is the youth director, and she has spent months setting up for David to be here on your birthday. Is that right? Next week. But
And a big fan of Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
We had no idea.
He was. I mean, he got as giddy as Peaches about Justin Timberlake. So, Deborah, the food you sent this morning is delicious. Thank you. And we welcome them as our guests this morning. We'll continue discussing with Mark Prater as he joins us now. Put your hands together for Mr. Mark Prater. Here we go. When it's time for the weather, He got it all together. If it's snow or tornado, here, Mark Breda. Come on. Oh, it's time for the weather. Ain't nobody better. Here, Mark Breda.
Mark Breda.
Here, Mark Breda. Come on.
Mark Breda.
Here, Mark Breda. What's up, player?
How you doing, gentlemen?
Buddy, how are you?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. Hey, I missed you guys Friday night.
You know, I was there at the Alabama Deer Expo. I knew you had a booth. I asked people where it was. Wow, it was a small city.
Sure.
And I think at the time I was there, somebody said you were not physically there at that time. The booth was there, but you were not.
Yeah, I left about 7:20 that night.
Yeah,
so.
see, I didn't.
How far were you from the rack booth, Mark? That seemed to be where everybody was kind of a central.
All the deer on the wall?
Yeah. Well, Bubba learned that when the term rack is being thrown around at the Alabama Deer Expo, don't always assume it has to do with bucks.
Right.
And you know, because
sure.
that's the term, and you got you some nutrients for the Bubba Rosa too, but Bubba
Rick some rack attack.
He got some rack attack.
Rack attack.
And then he went on to think that this calendar must also be a calendar of really big bucks, and he was incorrect on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know where all those deer were that they were in the competition? They had a contest.
Yeah.
All on that green wall.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, we were right by that.
See, I was lost in there, so I don't even know where that was. You know,
it was on the top floor.
The Expo is very confusing. You know, an Expo format confuses me.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of, you know, just happening upon places. I really couldn't set out and find anything.
Well, if you're already confused by the easy access from the interstate
yes.
To the facility
yes.
and parking, then you're really confused when you get inside.
Well, I want to thank Bob and his wife Tammy, the Cokers, for inviting me to be there to speak. When I agreed to it, I have to say I did not know that I was actually going to be one of the seminar speakers at the Alabama Deer Expo. That never hit me until I was riding into work one morning and I heard my name mentioned in a commercial. But I was there for comic relief. We had a big turnout Friday night. We had a great time, and it was my pleasure to be there. And from what I could tell, Prater, your booth must have done well, because just on Friday night, which was even the beginning, there were thousands of people rolling through there.
I had no idea that many showed up on Friday night.
Wow.
But, it was great. Saturday, trying to find parking, my car died, but that's fine.
But other than that,
I want to thank the 2 Birmingham PD officers who helped me push it. They loved that, and it's 95. But they did jump out and help me. So.
Well, that was big.
By the way, when you call the friend of a show who's a towing company and you think, hey, they're gonna be pretty reasonable, they'll charge you a lot.
Well, let me tell you, if you are a wrecker service and I'm trapped. You kind of got me.
That's supply and demand at its best.
Yeah. Yes, I do need that record. That is correct. Whatever it takes.
I mean, the $2 a mile, you're killing me.
Well, that's when you try to crash close to home.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I heard it was a big success. We heard a lot of talk about your booth and your upcoming outdoor show, so I thought y'all were definitely getting the word out.
Yeah, in 2 weeks we're going to be jumping on the air with it, and we're pretty fired up about it. I mean, we've got a couple of shows we're already putting together now, and we're looking for just a couple more sponsors for the show, and then we're done. So it's moving real fast, and we're hoping you guys will be a part of it as well.
Well, we definitely want to be asked to be on the hunt and do a show. I mean, that has to be standard. One of the things I started off on my
seminar.
I started off with, there were some people that brought kids in, that were fans of the show. And I said, how many of you have your small children with you? And they raised their hand. I said, well, let me get this away. Is the guy from the Alabama Theater here? and that got a big roar. I said, because I don't want your kids to get on his nerves.
Hey, yesterday I went down to Montgomery for the 187th Fighter Wings. They had an honor ceremony.
Yeah.
Bob Riley, who doesn't like me anymore, was speaking there. And
well, between him and the record service, everybody's out to get you.
I mean, Bob, speeding on our families
Bob
ready to
driving the
record? I mean, come on, Bob. But we did watch a ceremony, and man, there were 5,000 people there. But I do want to say congratulations, my buddy. I've talked about him before. He flies F-16s. Lieutenant Colonel Scott Patton. Come to find out, he got the Distinguished Flying Cross, which is huge for a pilot. And that was because evidently the bomb that he dropped got 3 of the cards out of the deck for the bath party.
Oh, wow. How about that?
So 3 of the cards have been concluded now
because of his he dropped
bomb.
A little soap on them.
Yeah, well, how about this? Thank you for what he's done for this country then.
Absolutely.
God bless you.
So, but that was a great great honor to be a part of. I mean, man, I'm still proud to be an American when you see stuff like that.
Well, sure. I mean, when you're sitting here living in a country where, you know, if you want to meet Justin Timberlake, it can happen in this country. You know, and if, you know, let me tell you something. This was a weekend of dreams. I mean, it was. I was a seminar speaker, you know, and I used to be a guy who, you know, would fall asleep in the woods to the point I'd wake up and didn't know where my gun was.
Sure.
You know, that kind of stuff, and was once credited for scaring up a big buck by opening a Nutty Buddy bar. You know what I mean? and now I'm a seminar speaker. Justin Timberlake is a fan of the show, and Peaches is meeting him. And the one that Bubba and I had to mark off the list, we got to go to the Huntsville Speedway. So I'm gonna tell you, this was a weekend of dreams. And we really had a blast.
And you guys will stay on the move a lot.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. We got to meet, go out and hang out with a lot. But you know, to me, that's the what's most fun. I wish we could go to other places and travel more, and that's kind of where Fat Fest comes in. We try to find one meeting place, so let's all meet there.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. Tickets went on sale for that on Friday, and went very well.
And the date of that is?
The 23rd of August, and we're really hoping, as always, that you'll be able to at least come by and say a few words and,
I'll be glad
and meet and greet a little bit.
I'm there, baby.
So thanks for that.
Speedy's there, I'm there.
Speedy will actually be running the event as always. I'm gonna tell you and I don't mean to just brag on you too much because I don't want it to go to your head, kind of like the way that when you. But Fat Fest, I've been to other events. You know what I mean? I had a good one, but I realized that we probably got you enough trouble with your wife as it is. But I've seen other events that are supposed to be run by some of the most professional people in the country, if not the world, and you run a show tighter and better than anybody I've ever seen. Because I've been the person in the audience at some of these things, and it drag, and they don't get it moving, and you don't get what you promised, and the times are never right, and hey, we're an hour and a half behind, and Speedy does an incredible job of running that event very smoothly. And,
thanks for the mojo. Unfortunately, it won't happen this year.
Yeah, and look, if Jeff and Justin want backstage passes, put them on the list.
Well, but again, it's a lot of credit to the acts. They're all such wonderful people for coming, and like you said, playing for such less of money than they normally get.
Oh, a lot less.
And that means they're very workable folks. And when I say, hey, I know you had a 20-minute set, but we got 15 minutes. When they actually stick to that, then that's what makes everything.
Well, I'm not trying to hype everybody who's already got their tickets and those of you that are waiting to get yours, but could be a special guest now. And let me put it to you this way: the word JT may not be a guy with kinky hair.
Yeah. They did, by the way, win place show. He did say that when they do come back through here, they are going to stop by the studio.
I see there.
Win place show. Now that could have just been him getting me out of backstage. Going,
Jeff's driving the bus. I guess he'll go where he wants to go.
Hey, it was pretty funny when I looked at Jeff. I said, "You realize that you've got Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake's life in your hands tonight. Can you make that 7-hour drive to Orlando?" And he just kind of looked at me and went, "You know what? You're right. I need to go. I need to get the bus ready."
What would we do if at Fat Fest the lights were dark and you heard what you thought was Ryan Greenwood doing that whole build up to the NSYNC song Pop, and you think, hey, look, Ryan's doing that thing again, and the lights come on and it's Justin Timberlake.
You would have to like get a gurney for Peaches or something.
Well, I'm just saying, look, I'm not saying it will happen, and I'm not saying it's very likely, but it could.
It's possible.
How about this? It's more possible today than it was, say, Thursday.
And you know what? That whole trip was just amazing. It really was. To look around Phillips Arena in Atlanta and just kind of it was just really nice.
Prater, thanks.
A lot of fun.
Always a pleasure, and congratulations on getting everything kicked off this weekend in a big way.
Thanks, guys.
And look forward to hearing more about it.
Okay, bye.
See you, brother. We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
It's past the hour with the Rick and Bubba Show. How are you? Welcome back. We're going to go to the phones now. Hobie is on the phones because we don't think that Peaches can actually speak at this point. So Hobie will do the phones and come to us at 877 We Be Big. We want to talk to you. You can fax us. It is not toll-free at 205-945-3999. Our website, Rick and Bubba, spelloutand.com. Fat Fest 2003 tickets are on sale. A lot of you grabbed those on Friday, but there are still seats available. You can grab them on the website. We got it set up for you to go right to it. Also, you see here, listening to the whole show and watching, the Rick and Bubba bobbleheads. They have arrived and are available through our website, too. If you've already ordered them, they're on the way. If you haven't, and you've been like us, waiting on them to actually arrive and be in stock, they are here. And
of course, they got here. Dee's sick, but
yeah, true. They had their surgical mask on, but we didn't. But so Dee is sick in a way. But those are available. You can also pre-order our best.
Do y'all think Dee's really sick?
Yeah, I saw that little.
Oh yeah,
that
for him,
closed throat voice of like.
You don't think he's on the road now?
Headed over to the next gig, the next show. I just don't see him missing an opportunity to come on and talk about that. Do you?
Unless I'm going to be on tour with Justin. I mean, that would be the only difference.
Yeah, unless I don't know how to tell Rick and Bubba about it yet, so I'm going to give it a day.
That could be, yeah.
Well, stranger things have happened. He sure did seem fine in Huntsville, didn't
Is he in Florida right now?
Possibly.
Y'all?
We don't know.
No call-in, no anything.
Don Juan DeMarco?
He just ain't got the details done, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back. Let's work out all the details.
Yeah, because it was first get-together.
Yeah, you couldn't.
I will tell you, when Jeff called my cell phone, you could hear a lot of activity in the background, and you could hear kind of, wave your hands up in the air.
Really?
Side to side. Yeah, and you could hear that in the background. And I don't know if that's just something that Justin's practicing, or if it was.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Get your hands up in the air.
Yeah, and you could hear somebody going, all right, now side to side.
Right, and like he was teaching them?
Yeah.
Well, stranger things have happened.
Not funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm just telling you what I heard.
Okay. All right. 877 We Be Big.
Don't be mad at me.
We'll start in Huntsville, Alabama, where we had a great time Saturday night at the Huntsville Speedway. Thank you for their hospitality. Jim is in Huntsville. He is listening to us on the Rocket 95.1. And I guess if he's on the right cable or has a satellite, he can see us also on Turner South. Jim, how you doing?
Fine. I was at your seminar. My daughter enjoyed the autograph you gave me to give to her, and I hope Speedy hadn't lost that number for the free hunt.
No. If there's a good quality hunt involved, no, we hang on to those.
Yeah. By the way, Lance Lenore, who you always are hearing, I manage his farm now, the Lenore farm.
Right.
And I guess Bubba roast, whatever you need me to do there, I'll help.
Because you're already trained.
Yeah, sure. And he and I were there just as walking around seeing what we could buy. And we did dip back in there to just witness. You did a great job, but Lance also took pictures and he emailed them to Ryan Friday night, so we have some photography of it.
Okay.
Of the whole event.
Well, Jim, thanks for being there. I know it was a
seminar. Yeah, the only thing, man, if you would have had that taped or videotaped, you could be selling for $9.99 now.
Well, I know there was some valuable information. I like to think when I left the Alabama Deer Expo, where there were some of the finest experts anywhere, giving everybody helpful hints, that when I was done, people stepped up to another level of hunting.
Yeah.
They learned something. And, my approach a little unorthodox, but very effective.
Well, you were owning everybody, so you could hear the roar coming from outside the hall.
We enjoyed it. It was a break from everything else.
Yeah. Compared to all the great information you were getting, I was definitely a break from that. I saw a guy leaving, though, doing this. The guy had been hunting. He said, I've been hunting for 50 years. And he said, a buddy bar, huh? Nutty buddy bar. And as he walked away, all he'd spent on calls and all that,
Well, they're high in protein.
Put extra peanut butter on it.
That's right. How about I taught people how to cut one in half and put real peanut butter inside and shut it back? A lot of people didn't know that. Or were there city slickers there or something? Nobody ever done that before? Thanks a lot, Jim. It was my pleasure.
All right, thank you. We enjoyed it.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Well, here's Chris in Athens, who fired us up about they're already doe hunting in Tennessee. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Good morning.
Welcome.
Hey, man, we would be tickled pink if y'all would come up and have a hunt with us. I talked with my buddy this weekend, and, man, he was fired up. I got through, and his brother's a big-time listener there in Decatur, and, man, we would just enjoy it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm coming up for the Tennessee Titans preseason game August the 9th. And that's my dad's birthday. And by the way, happy birthday, Mark McCraney. My brother-in-law's turning 43 today. And and they're going down early, so I'm kind of free. Maybe come down a day early, maybe.
Will it still be going then? How long does this last?
Well, what the deal is, there's so many, they're eating the farmers' crops completely out. And they have...
You mean a nuisance?
Yeah.
So
they've issued the permits to just, it's kind of a...
Select few.
Ongoing deal. It's no deadline, no limit or nothing.
I'm in. if you're coming from Birmingham straight up to Nashville, where do you guys live?
How about you put me on hold and let me holler at you for a minute?
Because I'm coming to kill a doe. Hold on.
Tom in Pickens, South Carolina. Tom, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, Monkey Grass.
Hey,
Tom,
glad you
welcome,
called.
sir.
Thank you, brother.
How y'all doing this morning?
Superb.
Superb. How was the Deer Expo this weekend?
Well, Bubba and I were talking. There was so much stuff. I mean, there were floors and floors and floors of stuff. It was awesome. And as I said, I thought my seminar went very well.
Right.
I immediately was pulled off to the side. People asked me if I would put it out on video. I heard somebody murmur something about Tony Robbins of deer and stuff like that. But it was a lot of fun. It really was.
Did you get any good camouflage stuff?
That I did. There was a lot there, and and I picked me up some scent block from some guys, and if there was any free items to try, I got me a bag full of that. And,
why didn't you get your free deer stand like the other fella did last week?
Well, that didn't work. I saw some people had that look on their face. I bought my deer stand too early, and I'm still here with it on my back,
right?
Trying to haul it around, look at other stuff. No, it was great. It really was.
Good deal. Listen, fellas, y'all have a good one.
Thank you, buddy.
I did see a ladder stand, Rick, that looked like it was built for us. You know what I mean? Some of them seem a little flimsy.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yes. It looked like you could park a truck in it.
It did.
Yeah.
Now, you might need to, hook a trailer up to get it to your hunting place. But, Rebecca in Pleasant Grove has a question for Peaches. Rebecca, go right ahead.
Hey, Peaches. When I met Tim McGraw, he smelled so good. So did Justin Timberlake smell so good?
Oh, yeah. I have the shirt that I was wearing, and I think I'm going to bronze it. I was like, my roommate and I were smelling it last night.
Bronze it.
My roommate and I were smelling it last night.
If there are any remnants of, his...
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't get a shirt from Tim McGraw, but I envy you right now.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
If you bronze it, you won't be able to smell it.
I know, that's true. But really, I can never wash that shirt or do anything again. I mean,
well,
that shirt has touched him.
How did you get to meet Tim McGraw? Was it a big group thing, or was it like Peaches, a one-on-one?
It was actually a bizarre... I was drawn from a huge barrel. I had registered in... It was some booth that they had over at the Civic Center, the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center, and I had just dropped my name in the bucket, and they drew 10 people, and I was one of them.
Wow.
And I got to go back. At first, I thought I was going back to meet George Strait, which is my all-time favorite. And then I realized I was going back to meet Tim McGraw, but I was disappointed. I was a little disappointed not meeting George, but when I got back there, he was super, super nice. And when I was standing in line, the people were like, you can only get one autograph and one picture. And I had all these things in my hand that my friends wanted me to sign, and people were handing me. And when I got up to him, I was like, I know this is a rule of yours, and I can only get one thing signed once. Just sign everything for me because I don't want to disappoint anybody. And he was like, it's not my rule. Hand them to me. So he was really cool. Very, very sweet.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's go to. Let's see, I need to take a break because we're up against a break. All right, Tim, Rachel, and Jim, hang on. We'll be back in. And if
what are you eating?
And others too at 877 We Be Big. Hobie's on the phones right now, and he'll put you in here to us. JT,
piece of grilled chicken, I reckon I'm been. Wow.
Okay, we'll see you in a little bit.
Hey, buddy, go get you some caffeine, warm up.
Look, I know what happened to you this weekend overshadows Justin Timberlake in your world, but just calm down. We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.